Alrighty, back to the series we land. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, that was a very massive victory by G2 Esports. By picking up Dust 2, they've almost ensured they will be feeling way more comfortable on their map pick. Now, realistically speaking, I do believe G2 Esports are having a very solid chance of winning Nuke and closing the series 2-0 against NRP, just eliminating them out of the tournament. Not only me, but also the numbers say that. Like, there is obviously 60% win rate for G2 Esports, even 63 to be more exact, against 24 NIP. So the odds, they are heavily favoring G2 Esports, and we saw what they can do on this map, especially with Amanek brought into play. This guy was phenomenal against Complexity, an absolute beast with Scout and an AWP, the Sniper Master. But obviously, this is a very good territory for G2 Esports, but we'll see if Ninjas have something to oppose against them. It is definitely not going to be a very easy task. G2 Esports, all 5 players crawling towards the outside area. They are just making no noise, 0 of that. And there's one guy about to appear out of the upper area. He saw them coming, but immediately dropped off. I'm not sure if they're aware of that, so they may be still thinking devices on top, which can allow him to wrap around just a little bit. But there's Nico seeing him from the window, nicely perforating a shot through his head using a pit to 50. Good weapon for that sort of a job. G2 Esports still being very careful in taking their feet towards the A-bomb side. They are about to strike from the upper, from the heaven they go. Here they fall, and Jax takes off one more. Help from Nexa arrives, doubles up, and makes it a very easy one for G2. No significant losses experienced, unless LNZ has something to say about that. Smoke dissipates, and he's one in the field, one on the battlefield. He's got no teammates to help him. He reads the presence like that, but he cannot pull off the trigger first, so this will be a pretty easy one for him, G2 as well. As I've mentioned, that opening frag onto device boosted their confidence towards A, just made them explode out of the upper area and clean it all up. So 1-0 in favor of them. Nuke starts off as intended. Nuke map favored for G2 Esports apparently. Ninjas Pajamas are having way less chances of winning it out. And you can see G2 Esports, the awareness of how you want to play against NIP here, but maybe very, very overextensive, because here Nico and Hunter are just giving away their bodies for Hampus for free, which can add up to a very bad situation against those pistols. 3 Deagles still in play. Nexa is behind the box, so he's about to let him pass by. LNZ makes himself down the ramp, but they are having 0 information about Nexa, so he should be able to get the frag like that. He does get it, spots out one more on the right, and makes sure he's buried to the ground as well. Jumps into the ramp, and escapes out of the potential battle. So G2 Esports, even though about to be knocked out by Ninjas on their force buy, they are still powerful enough to pull it back. So no second round falling into the piggy bank of Ninjas. It is just 2-round lead for G2 Esports. At the end of the bomb explosion, Plopsky to save his Deagle with armor plus a smoke if he will be allowed to do so. I think that will be the case, but you know, they've emptied all of their pockets for this round, which means they will have barely any money to work with in the next one. So it has to be a full eco, especially on the city side. G2 Sports averted a potential game breaker from an NIP, which could result in a one-on-one round scoreline and that's it. It could have turned around by NIP, but luckily enough, they are having a very solid chance to pick up the third as well against these just 3 USPSs and 2 Deagles across Plopsky plus Hampus. No armor as well. Only 1 soldier equipped with that small yet very important component. If you're playing with armor, it opens a world of possibilities for you to get aggressive, to get against a fair duel with your enemy. So that matters a lot. For now, G2 Esports are flocking around lobby, just sniffing out the positions of NIP. None of them making any noise, just standing in their initial positions. Lots of flashbangs deployed. Amanek will sprint through. Rat's fully blind. Plopsky taken down. So is Alan Zed. As long as those frags come in, G2 Esports will be in the driving seat in this round. Hanchor picks out 1 more. And that leaves only device for the USPS mere weapon that can't do nothing. Although did 1 frag. But that is not the damage good enough to derail the plans of G2 Esports. I'm talking about monetary plans, because obviously you're playing on the T side. The economy is a very convenient to some extent. It is way cheaper to go for the full buy rather than on the city side. Just look at the price of AK-47 against M4s. That is a huge difference, and considering the fact that AKs are also way more potent than M4s, that also makes a huge effect in rounds like that. So Nuke again with another attempt to go through. He sees Hampus walking out of this angle, and now he punishes. Finally, G2 Esports find their way into the B-bomb site. He finds 1 more. AWP deprived. Nico is on fire. He's up to 4 kills, but look at how ballsy he is, how audacious to go for that kind of a play. Nexa receives a significant ding. It doesn't opt for any more aggression. He's got a MAC-10 against an M4A4. That's almost a dead duel. Just back off, secure the man advantage, and don't let NIP go for the retake whatsoever. He will be probably going down on this equation. I don't think he has any chance to come out on top against Raz. He's locked in from both of the angles. He knows that. And looks like Raz just gives up this idea. He knows that he's at risk of being taken down as well. So does Plopsky. They know the value of these M4A4s. It has to be saved. That have to be brought into the next round. Otherwise, they will be feeling a little bit terrible. Yeah, that was the previous time it didn't really work out, but that was because there was barely any vision behind the smoke, right? Nico was trying to get himself just straight through, but unfortunately, because his vision was obscured and he couldn't forecast his crosshair towards either of the angles, Hampus just took a very easy shot. When your enemies come out of the smoke, it is way easier for you as a city to take him down, because you know where he's going to be coming from. You hear all of the steps, all of the noise, all of the trajectile perhaps, whilst your enemy doesn't. So that is a huge tactical advantage that sometimes is given by your enemies in situations like that. So in fact, Nico in the second round of this map did a very massive mistake. He definitely did. But luckily that is recovered. No trouble that could spoil the party for the Samurai squad just yet. Now they are going up against a full buy from NIP, which has to convert, really. They are just on the brink of getting economically distressed. So if they lose this round, G2 Esports are having a huge potential to snatch out 1 more. 1 more spotted towards red. But that is not enough for the frag. Nico burns out as well. That looks very good for NIP, but not for too long. Still a possibility that G2 Esports can drive out this dead situation. It looks so. Hunter is heavily bruised, 16 HP only. Nexa comes out victorious with a 1-on-1 duel. He spots 1 more. Plopsky down. What is this man doing? Having only Mac 10, a pure SMG in his hands, and he upgrades to an AK-47. 2 kills out of nothing. Rez is on for the clutch. He barks up the ladder. Goes near the open. Surely G2 Esports know about his location. He's, yeah, I think Hunter is wide open, and he's gonna come into the hut. Raz heard it, and that's gonna be an easy frag take, and it does have a defuse kits to work with, so he's gonna go very quick, and that will be Nexa from top, prevailing. So very nice one from G2 Esports. They hold the nerve in a situation like that where it is so hard. It is actually very hard to win out against 3 well-equipped players, full HP, and you're having one guy alone that is Hunter, and next with only Mac 10 to work with. That is just unbelievable.
For Rez, he eats the flash, which in a row for G. No, the thing downtown and start for Rez. Swing all the way, eats the flash, which buys a little bit of time, and he doesn't have the kit either. So Nexa coming into the A site with just the Mac 10.
And you can probably understand how deeply NIP are frustrated right now. They are having a 5-round difference that comes against them, and G2 Esports, where, you know, it looked like NIP's round 100%. There was no way G2 could make it out of the gates like that, but somehow, some way they did so. And you can see how fired up it is, how just emotional this round was for both of the teams. G2 Esports, of course, positively impacted. But for NIP, I mean, they're having 5 deagles again. Of course, G2 Esports still have got to be very careful about that. As soon as the door becomes opened, this will be utility deployed. Raz up close, does get a frag. Jackson retrades it. Plopsky from top tries to make a difference. It is Allen's had to be more precise. Plopsky, finally he drops, and that is the A-bomb side again. Totally clear. One more player of defense. Gets out of the ladder, and just another easy day. Easy round, easy play for G2 Esports. Although got a little bit tricky after Rez got the first frag. Honestly, there was a perfect crosshair by NIP. 3 players on the A-bomb side could have made G2's offensive go awry. That could be a possibility indeed, but luckily they didn't have to resurge as they did in the previous round. It is just an expected victory by them against Pistols. Now, Ninjas, what are they up to? Full buy with AWP on the device. This is something that Desk was talking about, really. Not only Desk, but Raz said it in an interview that if they want to win out against G2, which is a very hard opponent for them to go against, they definitely need to involve all of the points, all of the pieces to constitute the whole puzzle for NIP. That has to be everybody stepping up, everybody bringing their piece of impact on the map. On Dust2, it didn't seem to be the case. Plopsky and Raz were underperforming so desperately, whereas Device was firing on top with 27 frags. G2 Esports got, you know, a little bit more consistent in that sense, more consistency established across all of the players on the map, and this looks to be the case here on G2 Esports, on Nuke as well. Ninjas Pajamas are setting themselves up for the retake. A lot of utility deployed. Next up, he's no longer in this game, but Hunter and Amanek are. But the same fate will be seen by them. They will be doomed to fall down to this run. And finally, NIP pick up their first with defuse, but they do it. 3 players stand alive, and this is maybe a word to pose against G2 Esports on their defense. That maybe they will be pulling it back. Just maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but they're on the T side, actually. They are on the T side. G2 Esports are on the T side. No ninjas. So for ninjas playing on the city side, you want to come out way better at the end of the first half. G2 Esports have already mounted just a lot of rounds. That is quite enough for the T side, but they definitely would love to go for more. 8 the very least. That will be their final goal, I believe. That will be their minimum goal, all things considered. Despite your player on the T side, but you want to squeeze out as much as you're able to from this round, from this half. And this round has to become theirs if they want to do so. If they want to get it as soon as possible with no delay by ninjas. Nico being up close, very up close angle held. So is Raz behind the smoke. And oh my god, he turns around. I think he could have spotted Raz towards the main area. Now he goes on top of the box. And he's about to locate his feet on the upper area. Heaven is owned by him. And ninjas have no clue about that. 0 of that. Plopsky's rad. A hell of a damage connected. Nico coming in from the back. He's already in this angle. And he's probably waiting for somebody to go up the ladder. Still, G2 Esports haven't gone to the A-bomb side just yet. Now they know that Nico is up close. That Nico is somewhere on top. He finds the frag, a very crucial one. But 15 seconds remaining. They're going to get the bomb down. It finally is on its way to be planted down. Here it comes. The post-plant scenario is on. Device. It's going to be a very tough challenge. He goes for this one. And he gets a no-scope. Unbelievable frag out of Device from the ladder. Normally, there's a huge crosshair recoil if you are firing up from the ladder. But it works out somehow, some way. But still, a tall order for him to clutch out this round. He's going to go for the AWP and save it. Yep. Just evacuates from the Heaven and goes to save his sniper rifle. G2 have once again picked up another round on their board. That is the 7th of this first half. That is just so unbelievable. The Device hits that shot. It is just to the tip of the legs, to the feet. And he gets it. Nico, yeah, you can see how is he doing that? How? I mean, from the ladder and he gets a fight with an AWP. All right, fair enough. I don't mind because I have 2 more samurais behind my back to clutch out the round to secure it. So the first tactical pause taken out by ninjas, and this is the right time to do so. If you remember some of the teams, I'm not sure about Complexity, but I think, yeah, that was the case with Complexity. They were playing against G2 Esports on Nuke, and they've lost a lot of rounds in a row, and they had 2 or even 3 tactical pauses in the back, but yet they didn't take any of that until a certain point. So as long as you have not to use your tactical pauses just yet, you can allow you to do so, especially when you are experiencing such a problem. Just a 6-round difference, play on the T side for G2 Esports. It is a terrible start for NIP if they want to be present in this game. But if they don't, they can just give up already and let G2 Esports pick up this map, pick up the series, and say goodbye to the Swedish roster. A tactical pause will let players go around the house, just get a little bit relaxed, shake off your pressure, shake off the sweat. Reset a little bit, right? During tactical pauses, during tactical or even technical pauses, whatever it is, but I think tactical pauses are better for players because it doesn't Like, it doesn't leave you with one tactical pause already used. Tactical pause is something unforecasted, so for that exact matter, that is good for the teams to relax a little bit. But sometimes when it takes too long, it is also very exhausting. You know, like, you're sitting waiting for the game to finish, you're waiting for the game to resume and finally play it out to the end. But no, it doesn't happen because there was a button pressed on the technical pause throughout the entire game. G2 Esports, with 3 smokes in total, engaged towards the outside area. They will get themselves into the secret area. Nexa has been designated to stay behind the squeaky door. Nico spots one towards the hot area, and that's going to be very careful when Plopsky comes in from the vents with a Nexa, and it does shoot the player down. Onto lower and lower, and down to 0 HP he goes. Nexa creeping ever a bit closer. That's going to be a kill, at least something, but still an AWP left in play on Device. Will get the shot necessary for the second round. NIP are back to the game. Temporarily, but maybe that's gotta be something reaching consistency. They definitely need to pick up a couple of rounds in a row, break the economy of G2, force them to reset, and only then you will be able to put up a solid contention against them on the second half. So right now, G2 Esports have done quite a lot, but they need a little bit more to be even more confident against G2, against their enemies, who are NIP, of course. Well, again, G2 are just dispatching Nico to go down the secret area. And actually, like, Nexa is walking all the way through. Oh no, he doesn't read. He doesn't see Rez right there. Luckily, he turns around and does get him down. They trade it. But how long can they preserve this equalized situation? They've got to get this frags, definitely. So Jack's getting one more. Plopsky, another spotted. Turns around. A very terrible timing for Hunter to be in. 2 against 3. Oh gosh, he's just walked by. Next, they've just changed their positions. They've just swapped themselves. And imagine that comes out very bad for NIP. I mean, this is already favoring against Plopsky and Device, but luckily he finds the frag. Namenik on top of the aquarium, about to walk straight out of it against the frag to Device. The AWP falls, but the bomb is yet to be collected and planted down on the B-bomb site. If he's lucky enough, he can collect it and somehow revert himself back to the A-bomb side, but that's not a possibility. That is impossible. Namenik about to walk into the trap, and he gets the frag. Plopsky down. An incredible clutch by this young man. Again, stepping up on Nuke, just as he did, but this time around with an AK-47. He doesn't have any op in play. He doesn't need it. He has AK, and that is a perfect weapon for that sort of a job. Ninjas in Pajamas, again, the round where they had all the munchies, all the advantages, all the virtue points to really make it theirs. But again, they let it slip through. NIP giving away so much for G2 Esports, and this is a change of pace, which I definitely like. They are going with a massive attack onto the outside area, just getting the first man down. Device still delivers one more, and so does LNZ. Brilliant job from them. G2 Esports, you've got to be cooled down after this one. You were on fire in the previous, but here and now you can be negated by NIP in this round specifically as well. So third for them. 4 more, and we will close out the first half. Good job by LNZ. Also very nice position by NIP to go out towards ramp, which G2 Esports didn't see coming. Again, the change of pace that is very easy to abuse when your enemy has been going for similar plays for the same play sometimes. And that can work against them, right? You're just just changing a small piece of the puzzle, changing your speed, your pace, your positions, getting a little bit over aggressive, and that catches your enemy off guard. So for that matter, congrats for Ninja Pajamas for coming out with a decision like that. And that also puts G2 Esports onto a save. They are having all 5 clocks across the board. And what will they do? Okay, this has to be a buy, I believe. That has to be a forced buy at the very least. Amanek has got $6,000 left to work with, so he can drop any weapons he likes. But this is still Jax playing with the Glock. Well, I'm a little bit surprised, but okay, let it be that way. Device takes off the first player up close. AWP hasn't been that aggressive for NIP in the past couple of rounds. Now it is, despite playing against Deagles, which could be speculated by NIP. LNZ on top of the box rips Nico apart, does behead him. He's already just lying next to the chair and waiting for the next round to kick in. He's on the spare couch. 3 on 5. G2 are just hoping, waiting for some mistakes to be done by NIP, but there are no such. They've experienced a lot. They've gone through a lot of disappointing moments, and this is not the time for exactly the same. They want to revert the trend against G2 Esports. AWP intact, plus LNZ do contribute to the round victory. Easy as that. 5 players staying alive, and also very critical for their economy rise. Just building it up. Now that was quite a risk from Device. He could have been obviously taken down by Hunter, and that could have gone absolutely awry for NIP. But to their luck, they didn't face any difficulties with that. So 4th round steps into the charts of NIP on Nuke, and flashbang towards Nico. Nobody up close to take down Red. AWP this time around watching over the squeaky door about to be open. He waits for somebody to walk right into his crosshair, but nobody's there just yet. Nobody's having attention of that kind. It is just Nexa sitting and waiting, being very patient about Device's AWP. This is so hard to predict where Device is, but at the same time, the fact that Nexa standing up close, he can gather a small yet very crucial information onto Device. If he does, maybe this will be something to work with. The Device misses his AWP shot, and now they know where this AWP is located. Another whiff by Device. Nico in the garage. He heard Ampus, who was just gone towards Secrets. Nico about to face a duel against LNZ. Does drop him down to 50 HP. He knows that Hampus was up there, and he does get a frag out of him. Easy as that. Amanek in the meantime gets a team frag, but it still recovers. Device from the ladder yet again strikes, and he gets one more. What's going on in this round? 20 seconds remaining. Hunter is having a hell of time to plant the bomb down. A hell of possibilities. Position is good as well. Device taken down finally from the rooftop. No longer alive, but there's one more about to protrude himself out of the smoke. Who's going to pull off the trigger first? That's going to be Rez to take down Hunter. A brilliant round by NIP. I mean, I just saw it in a blink of an eye, but it was... Oh no. Oh no, a frag like that onto Jax. That is so unfortunate. But Device, again, you did the same against Nico. This time around against Nexa. But how dare you are, really, just that frag from the ladder, from the vent, opened up a world of possibilities for NIP. I mean, they are being lucky to some extent, really lucky, somehow, some way, but the luck factor drags them from the bottom of this game. I dare say that unless Device got the frag onto Nexa from Vents, that wouldn't look any alleviated than any bit alleviated than it used to be. Okay, Ninjas again, 6 rounds. They are on the rise, on the roll. Picking out a couple of rounds in a row, but it seems like G2 Esports are not thinking about that. They are not thinking about possible ramifications that can hit their door in the next half. But still, you've got to be taking this one very serious. This is the final round of the first half, and definitely worth taking the past. Definitely worth taking your second tactical pause to talk things through and try to extend your gap to 3 rounds before moving to the second half. G2 Sports have done still a very good job. 8 rounds on the T side is a hell of enough. Just a lot. It is so hard to play on the T side if you are playing a normal game, a regular game. But of course, if you're G2 Sports and you're having a 63% rate on Nuke, then why not? Why not? This is totally fine. These 8 rounds are rightfully yours. No doubt about that. Nobody can try and deprecate against it. Smokes the block off. Early aggression by G2 Esports. That's going to dissipate. There is no more from LNZ to refresh that. He does throw out his partial utility. Does fall back. Device gets an AWP shot from the ladder. But in the meantime, G2 Esports are actually going back to the A bombs out, it seems. They are lurking behind the lobby, but primarily behind the outside area. They're just in the booth, waiting for somebody to strike. Oh, Hampus, it's a brilliant timing, but not for your favor. But not in your favor. It's just Nico turning around and beheads you. Oh, Lord. That looked to be so nice for Hampus. A really good chance to take down Nico and probably somebody more. He was thinking about somebody else being right there. Nice nade to chip down next to down to 48 HP, but there is still res behind the boxes. He will get a double spray down. One more as he dwindles the clock down to 15 seconds. Hunter will scoop up the bomb. LNZ is quite far away. He's on his way to the retake. Eventually will end up in the main area, about to limp forward. Hunter, does he expect it? He does, but unfortunately not enough for the frag. LNZ will get it and pulls us to the 7th round for NIP. So only 1 round difference. That is a very nice comeback from NIP. They've done a lot to make it possible. So the first half is over, and we will be heading to a very short break. That is a slight one before we strike the second half with a new portion of action. So stay tuned.
Don't help him, dude. He just beat me in server.
Ninjas bouncing back at the end of that first half, proving to G2
We are back to cast you through the second half of the series of Nuke, to be more precise, as this is the map pick of G2 Esports. They've picked up 8 rounds on the T side, which is very huge. It is quite a hard side to play from. Right now, they've swapped the sides and continuing their potential attempt to win this this map on the city side. Ninjas and Pajamas are, well, looks like replicating the play of G2 Esports they did in the previous pistol round, just on the first round of this map. They're all 4 towards the outside area, but this time around taking Nico down. Remember, that was Nico with the pizza thief to take down Device in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that was Device, but that was from garage onto the glass. Amanek will be taken down, so will be just same fate for Hunter. They stand no chance in this pistol round. Ninjas Pajamas are about to take them all down. Just crawl into the A-bomb side. They don't even need a bomb plan, just get them down, eradicate from the map. That was a very crisp shot by Device. The moment head pops out, he pulls out the trigger right in time. Nico, an absolute zero chance for him to do anything in this round. So 5 versus 5 players as we restart the round, and a forced buy by G2, just as Ninjas did in the first half. Pretty much the same weapons. Amanek playing with the scouts. Amanek playing with the scout, and do you remember? You definitely do. How much massacre, how much blood he can create over the place with this weapon alone. Ninjas Pajamas definitely know that, and they will have some flashbangs towards the game of complexity against G2 Esports. If they saw that, they will be thinking, they will be rethinking that in their heads, but hopefully nothing like that retreads in this one as well. NIP, they would love to avert it. Ambush takes a lot of damage. Hunter coming in from the back to the Ram Nexa. Another point of damage inflicted. And he's hiding behind the wall, behind the doors. Hunter coming in, spots one more, and does get it down. Jack's out of the game. Bomb about to be planted down, but it's not. So many angles occupied by G2 Esports. Nico with 1 frag of his own. Hunter with 3. What a round. What's going on right here? Hampus is gonna go for the save. That is a very harsh decision to make, but he's gotta go for this one. Otherwise, they will be paid peanuts and left with nothing going into the next round. How is this happening? Ninjas. Just so much room for G2 Esports on the B-bomb side. Too much. Ninja Pajamas, no breathing space for them to plant the bomb down, to scatter themselves to the positions and make it an easier round for them. But no, just fully controlled, fully abundant by G2 Esports. Just rolling from all of the sides. Flabbergasting an IP of by where they come from. Like, they are endlessly swooping on in, just shutting every one of us down. Yeah, that was something exciting for G2 Esports, but definitely very menacing and very damaging, not only by economically but by mental means for NIP. This is a map holding them on the verge, and if they let this one slip through, I've been saying that multiple times, but they will be eliminated, so no more chance to stick around this tournament, no more chance to go into a lower bracket. They are already on the verges of match. Amanek with the scouts remaining from the previous round, does get a frag, easy as that. But Amanek, he sees more players adventing on through. He knows where LNZA is, and that is an easy 10th round for G2. So, forced by denied by G2. That's first shot by Amanek. Very nice one. He didn't see him. He didn't even see Device. That was fully straight through the wall. Well, you could speculate Device would be right there because of the molly throw now, but still very satisfying to witness those shots connect. Ninjas have allowed G2 Esports to rack up a 2-round difference. Will they be able to pull back in this round? I don't think so. There are chances Yorn to 0 pretty much. These Glogs are just a straw in the garden, in the huge battlefield that cannot be found. G2 Esports, we'll see them, but I'm talking about a straw. I'm talking about that that comparison because it is just so insignificant. It is just so little, so unrealistically impossible for them to make any difference. Nexa coming in, will mow them down, although losing 2 players against Glocks. A bit of a damage inflicted by NIP, keeping them as close as possible to emptying their pockets for some rebuy. But still, this is G2 who are at the helm of this game, with one map heaven already in the back. They are having so much room to work with. Technical pause has been resolved, and we are delving back into the action. 11-8. G2 Sports are having a 3-round lead. A huge one. Hampus, he sees the gun barrel. He sees the traces and will fire off the shot. Nicely so. Unsure, there were 3 players up there. They have no clue about him. He can spray them all down. Double man spray down. Nicely done. And damage connected. Alan Z to take him down from the back. But how much has he done? Maybe enough to reach the 12th round for G2 Esports. Still at 2-1-2. Ninjas of Pajamas, they are having Hampus halfway bruised. And so is LNZ, who is terribly low. 14 HP left to work with. Nexus MP9 can be deadly for sure. But it's a matter of where NIP go. If they go away, they are safe to plant the bomb down because Nexa is lower. And they're still paranoid about the positions. They are making sure they are cleared. So right now Hampus is just sacrificing his life. Thinking he's sacrificing his life for the sake of information. He gathers it in. And says LNZ to walk into the A-bomb side. Nexa realizes that, but he is about to be already watched from the A side. Molly comes in. I'm not sure. I don't think NIP heard him burning in this one. So once it burns out, he will finally get himself onto the ladder. Does make it scot-free. Throws at a Molly. He's got it to work with forces. Alan Z out of his position, but he will hit the frag. Nicely done. What a round. It was a very nice setup by G2 Esports. Ninjas didn't have any clue of 3 players being in total on the outside area. They did get 2 men down, and they're thinking, well, the threat is eliminated. Why don't we just run down the secret area? But no. The secret, the threat is still present. It is 1 more to be eliminated. And he gets 2 frags. The fact that he gets it is so huge. Amina getting the frag through the smoke. As soon as the door explodes, he will grant that first opening for G2. Nico throws out a smoke. He knows there's a presence right there, and he knows that it is not only one player. There should be some more. Marches ever a bit closer, eventually gets a low range position. They're about to be walking out as a boost setup. Probably not. Eventually going all by one. Nico from lower does get a frag on the Tampus, delivers damage. Raz and Plopsky very damaged. Nexa in the meantime has already located himself on the B-bomb side. The door is opened. Gets Raz down. One player eliminated. 50 seconds left on the clock. They've got to get the bomb down right now to force it to post-plant scenario. G2 Esports, you've got to be very careful. There is Device trying to make a difference right here. He's going to get the frag. Does get it eventually, but it is still Plopsky against two. He's got an AK-47. Now that the players have defuse kits, mind you, so they've got to pick it up or make it as quick as possible because the time is running low. Every bit closer. Every word that is coming out of my mouth, that could become harder for G2 Esports to retake it, to defuse the bomb, because they had no defuse kits. And that is surprising. They have $4,000 and they are having no defuse kits. That is quite weird. Something you don't want to you don't want to have. I think after this round somebody has to come out with a detail that's been missed. Somebody has to come out and say, guys, we are having a lot of money. Let's buy defuse kits. We need them. Yeah, I'm gonna count a lot of money. I think it was $6,000. I'm not fully sure, but I think well, more than 1,000 for sure. And he didn't buy defuse kits. That is a little bit strange to me, but okay. Nevertheless, 12-9. G2 Esports are extending the gap to 3 rounds, which is quite a lot. Ninjas Pajamas have been given permission to get into the ramp area. I'm gonna guess the frag, almost the second on Zed, still shuts him down, prevails. AWP scooped up, and it does get the frag as well. Hampus. Nico coming in from the ladder. This will be his death experience in an AWP. Watching through. Jax is heavily low, so this wall bang will be enough to hit him down to 0. Nexa is the only metal off against 3. He's got MP9. He's been playing with this weapon for a couple of rounds already, but this round is over. This angle is held. This is just about making residual damage. You've got no defuse kits. Nothing that could be worth retaking the site. Gets Plopsky down. Knows there is an AWP as well. Jumps on top and picks it up. Is he going to be far enough to prevent being taken down by the bomb explosion? Yes, he will. Not a single point of damage inflicted. 15 remaining. And you can see this mechanical skills by Alan Zad. Getting the first down, picking up an AWP, that onto the left went. Getting another piece of puzzle down for G2 Esports. It is not scared at all. He goes more. He goes for more. He points further. He's already watching the squeaky area. And really crawling back in this contention against G2. Nicely done. Alright, seems like Amanek's camera decided to turn on censorship mode. Probably there was something probably there was something that is not allowed for kids. Amanek, you better put it off, or I don't know, better Allow your camera to film you because we need you. We need your emotions. We need your face. We want to see you. You are the beautiful man with an AWP who's always in play. Melon Z comes in with a frag. Next on top, unchecked. But he's not good for the frag. Unfortunately, G2 Esports are falling apart in this round. No AWP, very influential to pick up the rounds. Amanek, despite he is getting the frags, but this is not the Amanek we saw against Complexity, right? Against Complexity, that was an absolute beast. That was a version of some person that is hard to bear in mind.
Does Nico look up? Ooh, Amanek might actually lose the off. They are putting at risk some equipment value here playing into him.
Will get on top of the crate. Does get Plopsky down, and they will both go down, leaving only Alan Z to stay alive on the...
Just as that one closes. Quite expensive. Hey there, Hunter. But they know
Just at the end of the round. Yep, that's it. That's what I was going to say.
brother, there ain't nothing. Yeah, there ain't nothing. That's a nice position to be in, of course. Just Nico's deagle. And they can come through with anything. This is where you got, a throwaway strat. You want to do something twice? Yeah. You want to just like go upstairs once now so that you can
3 AKs across the board, an AWP4 device, and a Mag-10 to complement this buy. G2 Esports fully on eco. They are stacking up the outside area. They hear one player jumping. They will go behind, but there's still only one. This can be very unexpected for Hampus. He can be taken down, but unfortunately, he is aware enough to turn around and get the frag. Still, Hunter trades it. Next is having a bit of a gap to work with, but he is too far. The enemies are too far from letting him see the feet. Lopsky does get his spray down, but it's not enough to finish Nexa off. G2 Sports still keeping Ninjas of Pajamas against the wall in terms of their economy, dealing a ton of damage. Alan Zad, he's firing off. He's having 20 kills. A lot. Really a lot. 21 already as he gets one more. Device as well with the 19 frags. They are very consistent. And this consistency seems to be going in favor of them. Seems to be giving the necessary fruits for the round conversions. They are tying the score up, and probably this is the time for G2 to pick up a tactical pause, decide some things. How are they going to play this buy round? Maybe Nico coming out with a couple of ideas how they can make it work. Early utility towards huts. Buy an IP. Finds no success just yet, but somebody from G2 definitely do. Device down to 30 HP and Hampus already taken down by Nico, who is very quick to be in garage, as he did a couple of times already. 12 to 12, G2 Sports are looking to pick up the 13th. Showing signs of that, as they've done the first opening already, and looking to shut down Device as well. Amanek will receive a ding. You've got to be careful about that. But Raz as well, down to 33 HP he goes. So, more damage found by Amanek with that op. Ninjas of Pajamas were thinking about the ramp area, but they sniffed somebody up close and eventually decided to turn themselves back. Alan Zat sees the player from top. Jax playing an anti-flash angle, about to get down Polopsky, but it's not good enough. 1 HP for Alan Zat only. They are so low. So damn low. But still a man advantage. If this AWP Gets a frag. If it charms in, this will be even better for ninjas. It will force G2 into considering to save their weapons. No doubt about that. No matter how low they are, you've got to come out on top against 4 players on the A-bomb side. So this is just an impossible task.
Saw the lobby push with the up and play, and then after that, G2 basically established some fear in their heads. They got the early rotation down the vent. Nexa was in a position to stop them at ramp. They didn't overcommit to that spot. They went back upstairs, but they still had 2 players in their kind of favorite positions waiting to get a kill. Neither of them got one, and you can see by the health bars, but obviously it's insane. NIP in that situation, kind of making a play that might be uncomfortable to go back upstairs to find these, and it's Hunter to actually expose his feet. Plopsky and Jax ends up whiffing from his spot in heaven, and there's just nothing left. The retake could potentially be possible if he gets one. If either of them do. But clear mistake here, of course, by Hunter, just exposing his leg. But the punishment game here, very strong for NIP. They take a lead. Another key frag from LNZ. Economy not in the favor of G2. And the thought of a third map is starting to become very real. No doubt.
G2 Esports are opting for an AWP line setup. They are hoping this AWP can be brought into play and give some impact on this one. Nico falling down. It looks like this is not going to be the case. AWP is on the ramp. Hampus is the only player right there. It falls all the way down to Secret. Just making sure nobody's up there. It is indeed the case for G2 as they are all on the A-bomb side except for Amanek, who's watching down the ramp area. Hampus, he's about to walk himself up the stairwell. Please show this clash if it's going to be a possibility. Nexa has been taken out from top. Amanek is already down low, and he's got to go for the frags. He does get it. Another one. Hunter delivers as well. 3 on 2. Suddenly, this is about to be turned around. How is this happening? Hampus is going to retrieve the bomb that is lying on top of the railing. He's about to do it, but eventually slips down to the same position he used to be in. Throws out a smoke. He doesn't even do that. Jax coming in from the back, denying him from the back. And wow, what a round. Amanek, I couldn't believe he did 3 frags from this position. That is so hard to do when you're having 4 players adventing through, rolling you down from all of the sides. This is unbelievably huge. This new game is very close for both of the teams, really playing the distance. Hampus has been spotted on top of the box, but Nico does not end up victorious in this fight. It is rather Hampus taking him down and already securing the man advantage. Ninjas of Pajamas could have been already 14 to 12, but it's not the case. Still maybe a 14th as they are already in a 2-man advantage. Only Jax, the only threat on the A-bomb side that can potentially derail your plans, but I still don't think that's going to be the case. Even so, gets a very clean headshot. Nicely done, but unfortunately LNZ is way too quick for your reaction, Jax, to somehow pick up yet another headshot right there. So 13th round will remain the same for G2, and Ninjas extend their gap to 1 round. Is it the only time we are seeing Ninjas in Pajamas having the lead? I think it is. It definitely is. Manik dings LNZ down to 18 HP. But he's about to be wrapped around from 2 of the angles. He gets him down. Looking sharp with the op, but it looks like there is no more room to save this powerful weapon into the next round. So their economy looking very bad. NIP are having a very solid chance to pick up the map point, to take G2 Esports aback, to really catch them off guard and say Nuke is the same map as I don't know, Dust 2 or any other that we can look competitive on as well. The fourth, and so is the last tactical pause called out by G2 Esports members.
Talking about things, but dude, LNZ, that round's a tilter. When Jax gets that first headshot, and you think somebody else has to come to him. LNZ, who's tasked to watch flank, just tries to help the only.
They're having money, but unfortunately, I'm not sure that can be shared across all of the players equally. This has to be a force buy, half buy, so to speak. 2 scouts, Jax plus Amanek. That is a combination of both. Hunter with a CZ75, Nico with a Deagle, and a P250 onto Nexa. Some utility also present, but look at the shot go. Amanek taking off Hampus, who was jumping around the area. Nicely done. If Jax can connect one more, he gets the damage. Nicely so. Escapes. Don't want to let your life be given away for ninjas. Rez taking the frag over the lobby. Aggression not paying off for G2 Esports just yet. Ninjas of Pajamas open the door of Squeaky, throwing their utility out and paving their way into the 8-bomb settlements. That taking one more down. Hunter caught off guard. No chance for him to recover. It looks like, despite it started very well for G2, despite it was a very nice sign to pull it back, to tie up the scoreline yet again, it is not going to be any case nearby. So 13th round will be poised, and Ninjas of Pajamas pick up the map point. A massive comeback by them. A truly massive comeback by the Ninjas. Something I didn't expect whatsoever, and I'm pretty sure G2 Esports didn't as well. They would love to lock in this map as well and already say goodbye to this matchup, but unfortunately it is just not the case. They are just taking as many players down as possible, but overall this is a 2-round lead for NIP and a very dominant one. Having map points secured gives you a lot of confidence, a lot of mental advantage over your enemy. But at the same time, G2 Esports are having one map secured. Of course, this is not very satisfying if you're G2 and you're losing Nuke in a fashion like that. But still, third map in play, that's going to be Inferno. I'm pretty sure we will see a very fiery brawl right there as well. Ninjas and Pajamas, 2 rounds to lean on. Utility about to be thrown out towards the outside area that will block off the main points. Molly. Oh, that's actually a very far forward. Nico will be unable to see a thing right there, so this is very nice for NIP, but they are yet to get into the secret if they like. Amanek, oh no. He was crawling every bit closer, but unfortunately this is not his jewel to be taken. Nico on the edge. Switches himself up to an AK-47 and about to see Rez walking out of this angle. He waits for him. Oh, that's going to be a crouch pick. No chance stood by Nico. That is a 3-on-4. Ninjas are just 3 frags away. Oh no, he looks the wrong way. Jax, what a terrible timing for you to be in. Ninjas of Pajamas, they've just been given a so nice possibility to make the 16th round possible. To make the 16th round present on their scoreline. Hunter as well, down to 19 HP against 3 fully equipped, fully health players. That is going to be a very tall task for G2 Esports to clutch out this round. They've got to group up in the same angle. They're going to do exactly that. Some utility throw now, but one player comes out. So does Hunter. And Ninjas in Pajamas are still alive. They are not going anywhere. They are saying, we are here to win. We are here to fight. And that is some sort of a statement on the second map of this series. That is so surprising, so unexpected that G2 lose their map pick in a manner like that. It was favoring them on all fronts. Brilliant start at the beginning, taking 8 rounds on the pistol, taking 8 rounds off of the pistol round victory on the first half, then taking their first buy and burning this one as victorious as well. But yet they lose 16-13 against NIP. That is also heartbreaking. Heartbreaking indeed. But we hope the desk has enough info to dissect this one and actually explain why did it happen. So it is all over to you. But after a short break.